So you're thinking about making a move to the Seattle Metro? There are over 60 different cities here in the Seattle metropolitan area, so it can be tough to digest all of them when you're trying to figure out exactly which one would be the best fit for you. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 8 fastest growing suburbs in the city or in the Seattle metropolitan area, so you can get an idea of which ones have home values rising at the most dramatic rates. So let's jump right into that here. If this is your first time to the channel watching one of my videos here, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. People just like yourself from YouTube here reach out to me all the time with questions on moving over here and looking for help when they're moving over this direction. I am an active real estate agent here in Seattle Metro, so if you're coming over here, making the move, looking to buy a home over here, feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen. Be happy to help you through that process. But like I said, on this video, I want to talk about the top 8 fastest growing Seattle suburbs or cities in the Seattle metropolitan area. So these are cities that are growing at the most rapid pace over the last 12 months when it comes to median home value increases. So in order to dive through this with you, I want to jump into our map here on the screen to give you a rundown of these cities, show you where they are, and give you some info on them that would be helpful to you. So let's jump over to the map right here. So you can see we've got Seattle right here in the middle. So I'm going to start the furthest north here, and then we're going to work our way down south, go over these 8 cities. So number 1 right up here, we have Lake Stevens. You can see it right here. This is about 35 miles northeast of Seattle. So if you're somebody that's looking to move to Lake Stevens and you're working in Seattle, that's going to be quite a commute. There are people that do it for sure, but you're talking hour and 15 minutes in rush hour traffic. No traffic whatsoever. 45 minutes to Seattle or the Bellevue area as well. But with traffic, like I said, hour and 15 is very, very common, if not longer on the bad days. So Lake Stevens has had a 26% increase in median home values just in the last 12 months. So January of 2022 since January of 2021. So that went from $546,000 to $688,000 in median home prices. So getting more expensive up here. It is growing, a little bit faster than some of its counterparts, like over here in Everett and up here in Marysville. Now these areas are still growing really quickly as well, but this one is just growing a little bit faster. So what's nice about Lake Stevens here is you've got the lake. So you've got Davies Beach here, you've got Lundin Park, and then you've got another park down here in downtown Lake Stevens. So if you like enjoying, going on the lake, having the kids go swimming, you have a boat, launch the boat to go wakeboarding and water skiing and all that kind of stuff, that's quick and easy access here to Lake Stevens. Lake Stevens is desirable in part because of the school district. It's seen as a pretty well-rated school district on niche.com or great schools. You can look up those ratings there, but it is considered a pretty good school district. The nice thing about Lake Stevens is you've got a few different options in terms of what you can buy. You can buy a home in a typical subdivision that's a 70s, 80s, or 90s built home. You can buy new construction. There's a lot of new construction that have been going in the Lake Stevens area here. And then you could buy an acreage property as well. If you go out here and go a little bit more rural, out in these areas, out in Loch Sloy, even further out here, Mountain View Ranch area out here, you can buy some acreage property. So if that's something that you're looking for, you can find that up here. One of the popular spots up here right now for new construction is a community called Glenmore up here past Loch Sloy. These are new construction homes on 1 acre pieces of land. So it's getting very tough to find new construction homes on property that aren't just absolutely tiny lots. So Lake Stevens is one place you can find that. You can find an acre property with a brand new construction home that's going to run you right around $1 million, but you can find that here in Lake Stevens. So let's go further south here. One of the next fastest growing cities around here, and this is the city just to the south here. This is Snohomish. So we've got Snohomish right here. I've done a video previously on what it's like to live in Snohomish. I dove really deep into Snohomish in that video, so feel free to go to my channel here and check that one out. But Snohomish median home prices have increased 30% year over year. So this is from 693,000 in median home price to 900,000 in median home price in 1 year. So Snohomish growing a lot. Now, a part of that reason, you can see the way that you get to Snohomish is Highway 9 right here. As we go down Highway 9, you can merge onto the freeway here, and it's going to bring you into the Bellevue and Redmond area. Now, these are where a lot of the very high-paying jobs are, down here in what we call the east side. So some people are coming up, they're staying kind of on that east side, so they don't have to deal with going on I-5 over here. They're staying on the east side and just coming all the way up to Snohomish. Now, part of the reason for this is one of the best places that you can go to get acreage property. I mentioned just North Lake Stevens has some. Snohomish has a lot more. So if you're looking for something on an acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, even 20 acres, you can find that here in Snohomish. Another really cool thing about Snohomish is the downtown area. So it's got a historic downtown area right in here. So you've got right along the Snohomish River. So you've got a bunch of places to eat and little boutiques and antique shops. It's a really cool downtown area that's very walkable. So it's really nice on a hot summer day to go down there. We have breakfast down there sometimes, walk around a little bit. So it's a really cool spot to be. Right here also in Snohomish, you've got Stalker Farms and you've got Thomas Family Farm right here. These are super popular for fall time activities, so pumpkin patches and corn mazes and all that kind of stuff. There's a ton of wedding venues in Snohomish. So Snohomish is kind of seen as a great place to go if you like kind of that, either that small town feel or that rural type living. You can definitely get that here in Snohomish while not being very far out. There are, you guys still have quick access to everything. You're not going to feel like you're living in some rinky-dink town in the middle of nowhere. You're still going to feel pretty close in and access to all the amenities that you need. So that's Snohomish. You can go a bit more rural. You can go all the way up to Three Lakes here. You can go even out to Lake Rosinger, all the way out here. So you can be, as rural as you want to get and as far away as you want to get. With Snohomish, there is a lot of new construction going in the South Snohomish area, Cathcart area. So you'll see a lot of new homes going in over there. They're going to run you around 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 million for homes on, relatively smaller lots, definitely not acreage lots. They're small lots. So there's a lot of building going right in there. The reason for that, though, like I said, is because it is relatively easy access to get down to Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond here where all these jobs are. It's not an insane commute at that point when you're down here in the Cathcart, North Creek area, Maltby, where these cities merge. So there's a lot of growth going in there and a large increase in home prices in these areas. So two more. I want to go over here on the north side of Seattle and they're going to be really close to each other. So next one right here is Mountlake Terrace. I'm going to go over right here. So Mountlake Terrace is a relatively smaller little city, but it's still a good size. You've got Linwood to the north. You've got Briar over here, and Seattle is just down south here. So Mountlake Terrace, similar to Snohomish, has increased 30% in median home values. That's from $613,000 to $800,000 over the last 12 months. Mountlake Terrace is where I grew up, actually. I went to Mountlake Terrace High School right here. Spent the first half of my life here in Mountlake Terrace. So Mountlake Terrace is you don't have, in terms of the actual city of Mountlake Terrace itself, you don't have much of shopping or anything really within Mountlake Terrace. It's mostly just residential neighborhoods. There is some stuff, but for the majority of those living in Mountlake Terrace, you're going to go to Edmonds, or you're going to go to, more often, you're going to go to Linwood for all of that kind of stuff. So you can see up here as we go to the north, right up here is where we got Linwood. So this is where your mall is going to be for all the shopping and all of your restaurants. You can see all through here, and your stores, your grocery stores, all that kind of stuff is right here in Linwood. It's easy to get to. I mean, you're talking 10 minutes depending where in Mountlake Terrace you're coming from. But as you get down into Mountlake Terrace here, 212th Street is kind of where that city property divider line is from Linwood and Mountlake Terrace, but all through here you've got all these residential neighborhoods all through here, and then it bleeds into Briar on this side, and then you've got Mountlake Terrace on the other side of the freeway here as well, with the Nile Shrine Golf Course and whatnot. But Mountlake Terrace has grown, like I said, 30% in annual home values in the last 12 months. So the last one on the north side I want to go over here, city number 4 we're covering, is right next to Mountlake Terrace, and this is Edmonds. So Edmonds is another city I did a spotlight on. Previous video, feel free to go check that out on the channel where I go more in depth there. But Edmonds is growing like crazy. Edmonds has grown 45% in annual home values in the last 12 months. That's $712,000 to $1.035 million in the last 12 months in median home value. So it has gone absolutely crazy. Now, what's great about Edmonds is it is on the Puget Sound. So it's waterfront. It's a great day, or a great place to go spend a day on the beach. You've got Brackett's Landing right there. You've got Marina Beach Park. You've got an off-leash dog park over here so the dogs can go swimming. Like I said, you've got some great restaurants around here. The downtown area, Main Street, is very walkable with restaurants and places to get drinks and little antique shops, things like that, all along Main Street down here. You've got some condo living here in downtown Edmonds. So for those that don't need a house, just want condo living, they want an amazing view of the Puget Sound, you've got condo living through here. As you go a little bit further out, you've got the Bowl area right here. So this is a neighborhood called the Edmonds Bowl. This is where you're going to find most of your view homes in Edmonds. Just the shape of the neighborhood as you're going up the hill before you go over to the other side of Edmonds, you're going to have a decent amount of view homes here in the Edmonds Bowl. So these can get pretty expensive. So, I mean, the reason Edmonds is so expensive right now and getting that way is because of the, proximity to the Puget Sound, the view homes, and plus just the proximity to get down there for recreational purposes. You've got Edmonds Woodway High School right here. So you've got Edmonds College right here, which is community college, and you've got golf courses nearby. And then you've got the Winco and all your grocery shopping. You've got the hospital. This is actually the hospital I was born at right here, Swedish. So Edmonds is a super desirable area right now. Like I said, it is 45% increase in median home values in the last 12 months. So there are a lot of people that work in Seattle and live in Edmonds. You can see right here, we've got Seattle right down here, and then Edmonds right up here. So you just jump on the 104 to get to I-5 over here, and then you can just zip down I-5 to get to Seattle. And makes it relatively easy. I mean, you're talking without traffic 15 to 20 minutes, with traffic closer to 30 minutes or so, but that's pretty doable for people that are working in Seattle. If you're working in South Lake Union or something, a tech job or a high-paying job down there, Edmonds is a super desirable area for sure. So let's head over to the last four cities I'm going to go over here. So the next one right here is Woodinville. So Woodinville is another one that's gone absolutely crazy. Median home prices have increased here in Woodinville by 48% in the last 12 months. This is from 1.15 million to 1.7 million right here. So what's great about Woodinville and the rest of these cities I'm going to go over here is they are on what's called the east side. So the east side of Lake Washington, you've got Lake Washington right here. So the east side of Lake Washington is how we consider that. So Woodinville right here. Redmond is down here. Redmond is where Microsoft headquarters are. There's a lot of tech jobs on this east side, so you can see how close Woodinville is. So it's very quick access. There's a lot of people that have high-paying jobs in Redmond and Bellevue that live in Woodinville here. Woodinville is best known for the winery scene, so a ton of different wineries throughout Woodinville. There's a lot of great, very, very wooded neighborhoods in here. You can get homes on large lots. Feels super private, like I said, very, very wooded as you drive through the winery areas and whatnot. So Woodinville has a lot to offer. Very high rated schools here on the east side. The highest rated area really in the entire state is these cities on the east side. And then you've still got all your shopping and stuff you need, like Target and your grocery stores and all that kind of stuff is right here. So like I said, 48% annual increases in Woodinville the last 12 months. So let's head down. The next one is Redmond, like I talked about. So zooming back out a little bit here. So Redmond is right here. So this is where Microsoft headquarters are. So you've got Redmond Town Center right here, downtown Redmond area. This is a very walkable area. There's condos and apartments in here. So if that's what you're looking for, that could be an option through here. But you've got Redmond Town Center with some shopping and, like I said, lots of different restaurants and whatnot down through here. Places to go get drinks. Microsoft is down here on the south side of Redmond as you get closer to Bellevue. So right in here. What's nice about this area, one reason why values are growing so much, is because there is a light rail coming over here. The light rail is our train system that is currently being built. they are bringing it over. Right now it's just on the Seattle side, on the I-5 side, right in here. But they are bringing it over the bridge, over the I-90 bridge here, and they're bringing it up to Bellevue and Redmond. So that's going to make different neighborhoods more walkable for people. So there is going to be a light rail station right by Microsoft here. So that's going to bring a lot more people into this, a lot more people taking jobs in this area because of that light rail station, and people that are living in Redmond that are working in Seattle, so then they can take the light rail to go over to Seattle instead of having to drive over there. So a lot is building out in Redmond. It's been growing like crazy, for a very long time because of Microsoft. But it is, like I said, 48%. This one is Redmond is 54% in median home value increases in the last 12 months. So that's from about from about 987,000 to 1.5 million in median home prices here in Redmond. What's really cool in Redmond right here is Marymore Park. So there's a really cool off-leash dog park right there where they can go jump in the water, the dogs can. There's a lot of events here at Marymore Park, and sporting events. I played games, baseball and soccer games here as a kid. So there's quite a bit to offer here in Redmond, and because of the jobs that are nearby, it is grown like absolutely crazy right now. So 54% median home price increases in the last 12 months in Redmond. So 2 more cities here that I'll go over, and they are right next to each other, and they are just south of Redmond here. So you can see this entire area is just blown up. So just over here, we've got Sammamish right here. So we were just in Redmond, we've got Sammamish right here. Again, for a lot of the same reasons as Redmond, proximity to jobs, really nice neighborhoods, really amazing schools. Sammamish has home price increases of 34% in the last 12 months. That's 1.3 million to 1.75 million. So you're quick access to the lake here. So if you enjoy going swimming and boating, all that kind of stuff that lake living offers, you're pretty close to Lake Sammamish. There's a lot of great neighborhoods in here with you can find a lot of mansions in here. You can find a lot of luxury new construction in Sammamish. There are a lot of great neighborhoods. You can find townhomes in Sammamish if that's what you're looking for, and condos as well. Sammamish has grown a lot of newer construction, like I said, a lot of newer developments and newer shopping centers and things like that in Sammamish. So it has grown quite a bit over the last 5 to 10 years. A lot of people moving out that way, taking jobs on this east side and living right in Sammamish. So the last one I want to go over here on my list, number 8 on the top 8 list here, is Issaquah, right next to Sammamish. So median home prices in Issaquah have gone up 55% in 12 months. That's from 961,000 to 1.48 million here in Issaquah. So a lot of the same reasons as Sammamish. You're right along I-90 here, so you can zoom out here. You can get into Bellevue pretty easily for work if you're taking a job in Bellevue, one of these tech jobs, or even Redmond. Issaquah, again, you can live out. There's Tiger Mountain out here, so there's a lot of neighborhoods that are, again, going to feel super wooded, kind of up the hill. You're going to feel very private, very large lot sizes here at Cougar Mountain and Tiger Mountain area. Issaquah is a super desirable area. There's new construction here, some new construction as well. All the shopping and stuff you need is here, and you've got Swedish Hospital. So Issaquah really has a lot to offer. Also with Issaquah, it's really easy access to get out to the pass. You're right along I-90 here. So if you are into wintertime activities or hiking, anything like that, skiing, snowboarding, tubing, all of that kind of stuff, you just jump on I-90 here and go out to Snohomish Pass right out here, and you're super, super quick to get out there. So that is another selling feature of Issaquah. And of course the school districts as well, some of the highest rated school districts in the entire state, like I said, in this general east side area through here. So hopefully this gives you a good rundown on this entire Seattle metro area. You can see common theme. A lot of the cities on the east side here are growing very fast. Now I mentioned obviously Edmonds and Mountlake Terrace. Linwood is growing really quick as well. So there's still some obviously up here. Everywhere is growing really rapidly, other than Seattle. Seattle is not. The median home values are hardly growing in Seattle, versus all the cities outside of Seattle are growing very fast. But hopefully that gives you a good overview of this Seattle metro area. All right, well, that wraps up my video on the top 8 fastest growing Seattle suburbs right now. So Like I said, I'm an active real estate agent over here, so if you're somebody that's moving over this way, looking to buy a home, need some help on figuring out the right location for you, feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen. Be more than happy to help you out with that. But thank you for watching this video.